Okay, today I'm going to show you how to clean service the air conditioning unit, the indoor unit. And well, first of all, make sure the main power switch is off. It's over there. Okay, now how do you know the power is off? Is by trying to turn it on again with the remote. And if it doesn't turn on, that means the main power switch is off. So we're just going to remove the cover 1 and 2. Alright, so you can see the screw in there. Okay. Now the screws out. Okay, now we're going to remove the outer casing. Okay, lift up the bottom part, then go to the top and remove the top part. Okay. There you go. And this aircon is about 4 months old and it's already very dirty, okay, because I use it very often. And now that you have removed the outer casing, you can go ahead and remove the sensor. There's an infrared sensor here. Okay, there's a screw here, and we'll remove it. Okay, some of the older systems do not have this infrared sensor. Okay, but this new one, they have this infrared. It's not really that necessary, but it's all just gimmick. Anyway, we're gonna remove that. Put it to the side. Okay, this white thing here, this is the tray, for collection of the water that will flow down the cooling coil. And it gets into this drain, and it will flow through this hose. So we're going to go ahead and remove it. So first of all, remove the hose. Just pinch it hard and wiggle. Oh, this is very easy. Okay, you just wiggle it until it's off like that. Okay, slowly. So we will just move the tray out of the way a bit by bit. You can see that it's just brackets that goes into the slot. So since you have already removed the drainage, now so we're going to go ahead and remove the tray. Okay, there's some cord here, so gently just bring it down. So you can use a wet towel and clean the tray if there's mold and whatnot in this tray here. And you can see the guide vanes here also need to be cleaned with wet cloth. Or if you want, you can remove this whole tray by removing the cord. I would do that, but I don't recommend. If you're not sure, you just don't have to remove it. But what I want to show you is the part inside here. So I have a torchlight here. You can see that at the end here is a hole in between the fan blades. You can see the white tip. That's the head of the screw. Okay. Now if you can see how dirty it is. Now this is a very high precision turbine, and they are so high precision that the slightest contamination with dust will disrupt the airflow coming out from the fan. So that's why it requires constant cleaning every 4 months, depending on how severe your usage is. So that's why it needs cleaning. The reason why they make it such a fine turbine is so that it's quiet, but the compromise is that it gets dirty easily, and when it gets dirty, airflow will stop. But make sure that you use a good screwdriver, the right size. Okay, if it's blunt or you see that tip here is worn out, please don't use it. Get a fresh one, because this tip is extremely important, because if it's not sharp, you tend to shear the head away. So okay, remember to use some strong force with two hands holding the coil at the top and one hand on the screwdriver, and press it in and turn it around until it's out. And now, as you can see, there's another screw that's mounting the coil. It's only one screw that's mounting the coil. Alright, the screw is out. Now remember the hook here, move it to the left and just lift it up. See, it's off. Okay, I can see some water draining out, so make sure that you have some cloth to prevent your floor from getting wet. Okay, inside there will be a bearing and a rubber mounting. So just gently lift it up a bit and remove. There goes the rubber bearing. And after removing the screw here, okay, remove for about 2 turns or 3 turns, or you can remove it completely. And removing the screw on this side, you lift up the coil and gently pull out the fan, the turbine fan. So you're gonna go ahead and use some soap. Some soap. If you have a high pressure jet, it's better. Or you can use a brush, and you gotta clean this up pretty well, okay? Especially the inner part of the fan blade. You have to look carefully and scrub with a brush or high pressure jet. Either way is just as well, okay? But don't forget to use soap, because there's a lot of oil vapor that's trapped on the fan here, which you need to remove. We're just gonna spin it around. Spin it around. Make sure you do some inspection after you clean that is convincingly clear of dust. So there you are, we put some soap, clean the filter, use some soap, and do not use any kind of scrubbing agent. You don't want the panel to be scratched in any way. Okay, regarding the turbine blade again here, just make sure that you do not scrub off all this white metal tips. These are all meant for balancing the whole contraption here, so make sure that you do not dislocate them in any way, right? There are 2 here, and there's another one here, otherwise the blade will go off balance. So there's another one here, okay? So you're satisfied that it's clean, right? You can dry it in the sun, or you can use, if you're in a rush like me, you will just drip it dry and then we'll reinstall it. Okay, as you can see, I've already put in the screw here. Okay, and make sure that it's not protruding to this hole at all. Okay, as you can see, the guide vanes all cleaned up nicely. Alright, you're gonna go ahead and clean the inner part. As you can see, it's all dirty with fungus and dust. Okay, this is where the bushing is. So let's put it in here, and then we're going to slide the whole thing in and tighten that one bolt that we talked about earlier. Okay, so now we're going to slide in the fan back into its original place. So it has to go from left to right. Okay, just lift up the coil gently and slide it in this way. Okay, lift it up. Okay, Okay, now this is the difficult part, to get the mounting into position. Okay, just keep moving it around until you get it right. Okay, you have the rubber damper in place. Okay, you can see the fan can still be moved from left to right, so you want to put it in the center later on. Okay, so, but now just to show you the rubber mounting is in place, and now we'll just lift up the tip and slide it down. Okay, so you can see that cleaning the indoor unit is actually very simple. There is no need like what you see the contractor is doing, that they have to remove the whole indoor unit outside to clean it, and removing especially the crucial gas plumbing. Now every time you remove the gas plumbing, you get and you reinstall it, you have to recharge the gas, and all this will not only cost you money, but there's a 50-50 chance that there's going to be a gas leakage from the joints. Okay, so that's why once you have a perfect installation, there's no gas leakage, you want to keep the joints, the gas pipeline joints in place, and you do not want to actually touch it. It's not broken, so you just leave it at that and just do what I did earlier by cleaning, doing a surgical removal of the turbine and cleaning them up and reinstalling them, and you have a wonderful breeze blowing down your bedroom, and save a lot of money. Okay, this is the outdoor unit. I have 4 here. You can see that they are exposed to the ambient, so you can see that they do not collect any dust at all. So if yours is collecting dust, what you can do is get a hose, rubber hose, water hose, and just flush it here. Make sure you don't get it into the unit where the motor is. Okay, this is the component, this is the motor part. You just want to flush it here if you have a lot of dust, and also you want to flush the front part. You can see that the fan has a lot of dust on its leading edge. You just flush it with a jet of water until it's completely clean. You can also flush it here. Sometimes you get a lot of dust here. So all this is done. Okay, today I've taken a little bit longer because I have to make this video. Altogether it's about 1.5 hours because of the video problem. But in general, if I were to do it professionally, I can finish the job in half an hour compared to what the contractor normally do. They take 3 people and almost half a day to clean the aircon.